Some major unfortunate events in Ohio and in Texas. I'm going to bring the information to you right now and give you a quick breakdown. Let's begin. Around 9 p.m. on February 3rd, a train derailed in East Palestine, Ohio, a village with around 4,700 residents. The train was operated by Norfolk Southern and had been carrying chemicals and combustible materials with vinyl chloride, a toxic flammable gas, being of most concern to investigators. The derailment caused a huge fire that sent thick, billowing smoke into the sky and over the town, leading to the evacuation of residents on both sides of the Ohio-Pennsylvania border. The governor of Ohio raised alarms about a possible explosion. The derailment has sparked concerns about air, soil, and water pollution. On February 10th, the EPA reported that about 20 rail cars were carrying hazardous materials that were known to have been and continue to be released into the air, surface soil, and surface waters. However, on February 12th, after monitoring the air, the EPA stated that it had not detected contaminants at levels of concern in and around East Palestine. Nevertheless, residents may still smell odors, and precautionary measures have been taken in the wider region. The West Virginia subsidiary of American Water, which provides water service in the 24 states, has not detected any changes in the water at its Ohio River intake site. The authorities carried out a controlled release of the toxic materials from 5 train car tankers on February 6th, diverting the contents to a trench and burning them off. The NTSB, that's the National Transportation Safety Board, is still investigating the cause of the derailment. So that's the story. One time you're gonna hear some information and then it sort of collides with the other, and we get some unusual things that pop up out of left field, and you start to ask questions. At least those of us who have this ability to question what we see. And I don't know what's going on, and I hope everything's a-okay after this, but I just couldn't help but notice after what we got, and that was a Houston area crash between truck and Union Pacific train, kills the driver, derails 20 plus rail cars. So right immediately after, we have another event. It's unfortunate the way that this happens, okay? And I just wanted to bring it to you. We are seeing chemicals again. As they say, the cargo on the train included some hazardous materials, prompting Union Pacific to monitor air quality at the site of the crash. And this is something that doesn't happen too often. You got all of these food processing plants that are going on fire. You've got these things coming from the skies, they're shooting them down. I want to know, I just need to ask the question, what in the you-know-what is going on? These things happen. You know, food processing plants, it could be any, things happen, yes. But there's happening at so frequently, it seems, that it's unusual to me. I'm not saying that these circumstances, something's up. I just want to bring it to you. What are we seeing here? Hopefully they get cleaned up. Hopefully we don't have any more of this. But I thought it was interesting. And the last point I wanted to make is life imitates art. Train derailment in Ohio is in the same town where White Noise train crash was filmed. Apparently this is a Netflix show. In 2022, Netflix filmed White Noise. The train carrying toxic chemicals gets into an accident and is derailed, unleashing fumes that will create an airborne toxic event. This chemical spill requires everyone nearby to evacuate the area and seek shelter from the crash. Last week, in an instant of life imitating art, or vice versa, a train carrying harmful chemicals derailed in the very same town and was used to film the location for White Noise that they had their own on-screen crash. Now, again, totally could have been anywhere, right? I'm not saying that this is something to be suspicious about, but I just think it's strange. That's all. And I also bring it to you because we want to see how the government handles these situations. Do they simply tell everybody to be quiet, go home? They start sending reporters home? How about that? This happens. This happened. Okay? This happened. Reporter starts asking too many questions, they arrest them, you go home. It occurs all the time, and you don't really hear about it. Why? Because if another reporter starts asking questions, he's going to get arrested. He's going to get sent home. They don't want that. They just wanted to do their job and go home to their families. Unfortunately, this type of thing allows this information, which should be disseminated to the public, oftentimes it gets squashed, it gets hidden, it gets put off to the side. So I want to know your thoughts about this. I really don't know what to make of it, but for a lot of people, this is just going to be something that they ignore. We need to look at it. I think just keep it in the back of our minds. I hope you appreciate that. I just kept it light, kept it short. That's all. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.